Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras. Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
somebody? Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite, and thank y'all so much for joining us right here, as y'all do every week, every Monday, 6:30 p.m., every Monday, right here on ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube channel. Much more excitement this week, fellas. I ain't going in front, baby. It's much more excitement this week because we got some dubs. We still excited about, just for the month of December, Coach Lane Kiffin coming in to be LSU's head coach. Everything that's around that. Coach Frank Wilson getting ready to coach a bowl game against Houston. You're looking at a guy who's coached in Texas and in Louisiana. So Just all the recruits, all the people that he's dealt with. So much still about LSU as well. We may touch on that in the second segment, just like key players. And obviously they had a lot of guys that jumped into the transfer portal, things of that nature. Right. But before we get into all the good sports topics, there was a Heisman Trophy winner this weekend. Can't wait to hear from you guys about that. But we want to take this time to thank our sponsors. Get Gordon and get it done. Shouts out to Get Gordon, Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. Big ups to them, y'all. We had our annual Christmas party this weekend. I'm going to say this is my second stint working with the company. Of course, my first stint was in college. That was like my summer job at LSU. But let me tell y'all something. Gordon does it big, brother. When I say he does it big, he does it big. Definitely gift the entire staff. Showed us a great time at the Court of Tables out in Baton Rouge off of Burbank. Just a really nice event, really nice time. So big ups to our sponsor, Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. Remember, 504-800-8888. If y'all know anybody who's gotten a car accident, if you know anybody who had any personal injuries at their work, feel free to hit them up and make sure you let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. And it's almost here, fellas. We got this week. The kids are all school. Next week is Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, next week is Christmas. So next Thursday, if I'm not, that time flying, clip his wings. It's Christmas time, so Merry Christmas to everybody out there. But most importantly, I know y'all going to enjoy that time and eat with your family and friends. So be sure to hit up Dr. Kendra. Oh, sure. yes, indeed. Get your natural products in you. We want you to exercise and do those things as well. But holler at Dr. Kendra. You can go to stillbody.org, Health Nut System. She does a great job with products, especially the sea moss around this time. You get all the nutrients. Sea moss has about 91 nutrients that you need in your body daily.
More than you're getting in one day.
And that's just one teaspoon,
exactly.
right, CL? So, we both have been on the Still Body as well as all of our other products, even the Speed Up 365 for our workouts. I've been on the Still Body lately. Because I've been getting back into the gym, just hitting a little bit more weight.
It's hard for me not to even smile when I think about the sea moss, and it kind of just goes along with your day. You get it in the morning, and then you go throughout your day with honestly a boost of energy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and like I said, me and Sierra probably I'm right at about 2 years. You what? Maybe a year? Close to it, right? Yeah. Little Chris, you working on the muscle build for you. I know, you know what I'm saying? You want to look athletic, man. You do a sports show.
Come on, baby.
But shouts out to little Chris, man. I was checking out his Instagram this weekend. It looked like you had a good time in the Superdome all weekend, huh?
Oh, yes. Couple of days. I went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, state championship games, radio host for Crescent City Sports Media, 106.7, the original ticket with great Ken Trahan and them. It was a really good. It was a good experience, and I just being in the press box, being in the booth up there, it was amazing. Being on the field, and then our guy Seth Lewis, I was with him on the field, and he was teaching me how to do like camera, like videography in a football game, in a football field and stuff. So that was pretty awesome for sure.
Yeah, and I heard him on the radio. I heard you on the radio. You and VK Jones. Y'all were talking about. Y'all was just in the dome, just talking about the games going on. So that was cool. VK's a friend of the show as well. We go back a long way, so I'm glad y'all enjoyed yourself. CL, I know we probably got to leave the whole segment for you to tell us about your experience this weekend, especially New Orleans showed up and showed out. with the state championship.
Definitely.
And then, of course, the Saints had a big win in the Pelicans. So I look forward to segment 4. In segments 2 and 3 as well, we'll be joined by our man from Hash It Out Show, JB.
Sure.
JB coming
The
through.
man.
The man, JB. He was also in the Dome this weekend.
Yeah,
Had a good time, so I can't wait to, like I said, I saw y'all's Instagram. I want to take it old school. I did the radio thing the whole weekend, so I didn't actually go in the Dome. My son and my nephew went in, but I stayed out. But I look forward to seeing JB come on the show and talk to us about his time in the Dome. And also, Tulane is on a roll. I'm excited about that. We'll be joined by Tulane's very own former wide receiver, Xavier Rush, is going to join us on the show as well. So we look forward to catch up with Xavier as well. So, fellas, first order of business, let's go ahead and jump into this reality check of December. This has been one of the craziest football seasons that we've experienced in a long time. I saw a couple of memes this weekend that really caught my attention on Instagram. One of the storylines was like, we look up, it looks like 09 again, right? You got Phillip Rivers playing this weekend at the age of 44. Kansas City eliminated from playoff contention. We hadn't seen that in a very long time.
10 years to be exact.
To be exact, CL. So you guys, those two storylines, and of course the major injuries with Patrick Mahomes, and Michael Parsons is just insane. CL, I want to come to you first and just talk about the crazy of December, man. These teams that are at the top right now, we're not used to seeing. But, in particular, Patrick Mahomes getting hurt. At the same game you get hurt, it's the elimination games, and we won't see them in the AFC Championship this year.
Well, that's for sure. It wasn't 100% sure that they would make it into the wild card anyway. The Broncos had respectfully taken over the division. And then we all know last year that Kansas City won a lot of close games. That just wasn't the case this year. It's unfortunate that Patrick went down. But I just go back to the old cliche that I say every time, when we create these records in the beginning of the season, we never factor in injuries, how do you look at a Kansas City without a Patrick Mahomes? How do you look at a Green Bay now without a Parsons? All that they gave up to get a Parsons, knowing that he won't come back next year until after Thanksgiving possibly? So ACL, MCL.
It's possible he could come back the beginning of the midseason because the ACL is a 9-month deal.
Well, I know it's a strong year for Pat Mahomes for sure.
Yeah.
So you're talking about once again after Thanksgiving. So and not to even start any rumors. Is that a play for Aaron Rodgers to be able to come in and play in Kansas City and just for that time until Patrick comes back? But I won't go there.
He's already looking to next year.
I'm definitely.
Chris, I'll come to you next. He brought up Michael Parsons. CL spoke about Michael Parsons and how in the beginning of the season it was a big trade with him to Dallas, and they gave up so much stock, right? First round picks, and now he's hurt. It's the end of the season. Both guys are looking at, I would say, a 9.5 month window. Just because, I'm just giving them as a lineman, like a defensive lineman. A defensive lineman typically need at max 10 months recovery. Now, back in the day, you're probably looking at a longer timetable, but, technology, medicine, those guys rehabbing. Pat is fairly or relatively young, should I say. Same thing as Michael Parsons. But, to your point, CL, you won't see any of these guys this offseason. More than likely, you won't see any of these guys at the beginning of the season. But how big that is for Green Bay, especially as, you look towards where they're finishing this season off and then going into next season losing a guy like Michael Parsons.
I mean, it is a huge loss. I mean, he has been their best defensive player all year long. They've been on a roll. It's very unfortunate that he suffered that injury. And especially the worst part about it is at the end of the season where they're on a push to make the playoffs and stuff and even try to win their division. So it's tough blow for a Super Bowl contending championship team.
If y'all are just tuning in Inside the Trenches, I'm here with CL, NOLA, and Lil Chris, and we're just talking about just the craziness of December. You look at the Heisman race at the beginning of the year. You had the likeness of, and you could go back to our old shows.
Yeah.
We're talking about Klubnik,
Garrett
Nussmeier,
DJ Lagaway,
Archman,
Sellers, yeah.
The list goes on.
Yeah, I lost it.
We all did.
And now the picture looked totally different. You had
sure.
guys like Jeremiah Smith mentioned. You had guys like, who would have ever thought Vanderbilt's quarterback
Diego Pavi
would actually be in that conversation.
Jeremiah Love.
And these are guys that, again, at the beginning of the season, they had a lot of clout and credibility. But, the way Fernando Mendoza, went out there this season and showed poise. Now, what I did see a lot of with Mendoza was his numbers next to Joe Burrow's numbers, and when he won, and how the Heisman scene changed so much as you got into NIL, and a lot of that has to do with developing and guys being able. But your thoughts on the Heisman race and how it shaped out?
I think Mendoza deserved it for sure. I mean, he had a couple of big Heisman moments. Had the crazy game-winning drive against Penn State. Went undefeated this year in a crazy Big Ten. Beat Ohio State, number 1 ranked Ohio State, defending champion Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. And I think that was his Heisman moment right there. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about Jeremiah Love? Listen, people, Ashton Genty ran for almost 3,000 yards last year and didn't win the Heisman Trophy. Y'all really think they was going to give it to Jeremiah Love? I don't think so. And then Fernando Mendoza, he was number 1 in touchdown passes thrown. He almost threw for 3,000 yards, and he was like number 3 in quarterback rating out the whole nation. So he had a really good season. I think he deserved Heisman.
Yeah, it's quite disappointing to me, gentlemen, to be honest, to be quite frank. I think we're too much focused on the Heisman being a quarterback award. Me personally, I think Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State could have had a lot of strong runnings for the Heisman, because the Heisman is supposed to be the best player in college football. And it's not the best quarterback. It's not the best quarterback that had the best record or the best impact on the team. It's about the best player in college football. And if you want to talk about love, we can have that conversation as well. But I thought that, they just kind of pushed it. And not to take anything away from this young man, because it's a tremendous honor, and I would never want to take anything away from him. But I think we need to revisit what the actual award means and to who. Because I believe that the Heisman is supposed to be about the best player in football, and they've fallen short from that in the last few years.
I can't imagine, to CL's point, it is a heavy political award too.
Yes,
typically, your quarterback have the ratings higher. Typically, the quarterback is the knight in shining armor of the team. So you do have to give, when we go old school, guys like Warren Sapp being able to, and even recently. With Devontae Smith, Slim Reaper.
Even a Charles Woodson.
Woodson.
Because that's the best player in college football.
See?
It wasn't about a quarterback position. And I get it. There's other awards. Of course, the Doak Walker Award is for the best running back.
Yeah.
And, so we know there's other awards that is targeted for certain positions. But I do believe the Heisman is about, because there were years that we went back, the Heisman was always running backs at some point in time. And even though we had special running backs like a Barry Sanders,
Adrian Peterson,
like a Adrian Peterson, like a great Marcus Allen.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but I think we need to relook at that as far as college football goes, because we are in the NIL years, and if we've let that change, then maybe this is something that we can revisit.
Well, I think too, this is also a product. It's almost like Mendoza got a team award.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It really is, because he did lead the best team.
Right.
And if we look back at this season and what Coach Kirk Signetic was able to do through and throughout, the last 2 years, I'll say, now to be the number 1 ranked team going into the college football playoffs. Look, Chris, I'll come to you first about that because I did talk to you about this, a couple times before in the last few weeks. And we've been looking at you, both of y'all. We've been looking at teams like Tulane, James Madison. We'll get into that. But if we step back, check out the interviews, like when Coach Signetic got the job, and he looked dead into the ladies' eyes in the interview, and he was like, "They can Google me.
I win.
I win." And that was bold because you look at this program just in the past 4 years, nobody was checking for Indiana. I mean, in the world of NIL, if you got an offer, you would consider. But now that they're winning, it's a possibility, a strong possibility. Not just about taking it to the natty, but it's a strong possibility that, and indeed, if they do that, recruiting,
the NIL.
It's gonna blow up. So coaching play a major role in this, huh, Chris?
Oh, absolutely. Kirk Cinetti, he's been a winner everywhere he's been, even going back to his James Madison days.
Right.
He's been a serious winner, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he came from that Nick Saban tree.
He sure did.
So he knows what it takes to win because he learned from a winner, for sure.
And let's live in the reality of college football today. There are coaches that are associated with NIL deals. You think of a Skarfansky, a Sarkisian in Texas.
Steve Sarkisian.
You don't think there's some NIL deals? There's some dealerships. There's some.
Oh, they got the Lambo deal out there.
You understand? There's some NIL compensation that are associated with certain coaches because everybody wants to associate with a winner.
Absolutely.
And everybody wants to help their quote favorite team get to the next level. And the way you do that in today's world is to boost money into the NIL deal's pocket. Shouts out to the Summerall family for giving money to Tulane today to add on to their NIL pot to go get some new talent. Quoting Coach Summerall saying he wants to leave he wants Tulane to be better than the way he left it.
And it just speaks volumes about his character. And I'm glad you segued to the Tulane talk. And Coach, most recently, if I'm not mistaken, in the last 48 hours, Coach had donated north of $100,000 to Tulane's program.
Yes, sir.
And exclusively to Coach Hall. So now he has some capital to get some guys here as we move into the next couple of weeks here, as we go into that window, into that transfer portal window. Because one thing that Coach Signetti had put out there more than anything else is if you find that balance, even with Coach Lee Clark out there in Vanderbilt, if you're able to find that balance, you're able to get the right guys in through the transfer portal and through recruiting.
Right.
Like, the recruiting piece is important too, because if you can get a group of freshmen, whether they're anywhere from, and I'll be quite frank, you could be anywhere from a 2-star to a 5-star. Those stars really don't hold a lot of value on the actual tape. When you cut the tape on and the guy fits your system, that's what matters now. So what Coach Kirk was able to do was find that balance. He was able to bring in the right recruits, bring in guys that was experienced, and then coachable. And that's in creating a winning environment as well, CL. Another big storyline, man. Shouts out to Southern University's girls. 2 big back-to-back wins. Congratulations. These ladies deserve all the praise in the world, rightfully so. You look at how important the smaller schools are in this space as well. You look at what Master P and the folks over there at UNO basketball team is able to do. And basketball is a little different too, because you're able to play the more big time schools, CL.
Yeah, and not to forget McNeese making it to the tournament last year.
Wade.
Definitely, we want to give them shots out, and we're not known, Louisiana, that is, for our basketball prowess. Obviously, we have players, we have stars, we have talent, but we are to be mentioned when it comes to basketball because we recognize there is a movement going on in the Louisiana area. Obviously, you're saying with P being with UNO, and then obviously the girls at Southern is doing something. I'm sure it helps the move with obviously Marshall Falk coming in as the head coach. You know, it's just, this is that time of recruiting. This is that time of building up momentum going into the bowl season.
It's good. It's good energy too in those areas, right? Southern took on Houston. We about to play them, beat them on the road 70-62, and then they also took on Arizona, Power 4 school, beat them 63-57. So Coach Marshall Falk coming into Southern University now, Coach Lane Kiffin over here at LSU. Yes, all that's, we call it the quad, the yard. That's right there.
It's all bubbling.
It's all within that Baton Rouge area, so that is huge. Chris, so biggest moment this weekend, man, from in the Dome, brother. I mean, I know we talked about you being at the Saints game and also watching your team, your old alma mater, take on
Carr,
and
yeah.
We're gonna talk about that a little later. Of course, JB's gonna join us, but what's some of the highlights from the weekend in the Dome?
Watching the Saints get a victory for sure. Saw Cam, I saw Cam Joy outside the Dome, but I saw Tracy Porter in the Dome, and I saw Ed Ogeron at the Dome. That was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty. I guess he was there for recruiting purposes and stuff, so that was pretty cool. And of course, being on the field and being in the press box, that was pretty cool as well. So I think, and shout out to Shaw, they won the state championship. I mean, no, they lost. They lost. My
We're
bad.
gonna talk about that.
Yeah, they lost.
It was.
Listen, they almost won. They almost
did.
won.
And look, if you watch that game to the last 35 seconds,
it was crazy.
You would have thought.
It was crazy.
So yeah, we definitely gonna get into that next segment. CL, brother, I know you was in the Dome at some point. I was out in the streets for the St. Augustine Carr game and the Shaw St. Charles Catholic as well. Any high school games this weekend?
I had to show up for the Carr St. Aug situation. Obviously, I went to Carr for a couple of years before I ended up graduating from O'Para Walker. As well as Coach Valdez, the head coach of St. Aug. So it was definitely, and obviously I've been knowing the coaches I went to school with the coaches at Carr, to be honest with you. So, of course, T. Howard, possibly one of the greatest defensive coordinators in high school football, actually pitching a shutout that game. The defensive pitching a shutout that game. And, coaches like Edward Dillon, on the staff, I know Bryce gets a lot of credit and do and definitely rightfully so. It was just obviously for me, these are guys that I went to school with. I've celebrated championships with them before. It was love. It was like a big reunion, like it always is. I had a great time, obviously. But something about them Saints, though.
Yeah, that was
something about them Saints, though.
Yeah, that was magical. I definitely want to dive into that game. And for me, just like I told you, I played the radio game this weekend. I listened to you guys on air with Crescent City Sports, the ticket.
Great job,
great job too, man.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, it was cool night all weekend. The coach Willie Brooks, checked him out. I heard Coach Manali. So, checking those guys out, listening to the game was cool. Of course, I was going on Instagram, checking out those highlights. Probably one of the coolest listens for me this weekend. My little brother is Chad Jones, not biologically, just like fam. Of course, me and his brother, rest in peace, my bro Raheem. But I had Chad on his visit, Chad Jones Sr. Okay. So, I had him on his visit, took him out to the city, and, of course, we signed him. So to see his son ball out in the Dome, make a big interception, big ups to my homie from Next Training, too, Coach Nate, trained a lot of the kids at Carr and St. Aug, and I reposted his video where he had Chad working on his sprints, and, for a linebacker to catch full speed and make a big play like that in the Dome was huge. So, I was able to go back and watch that. He was moving. So, that was one of my favorite moments because it's like I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying to them, like that's the fam, and to see him shine and get ready to go to the next level is cool. So big ups to Ed and the call. One more thing I want to mention too is Coach Bryce and his press conference after, and when he mentioned this was a win for both St. Aug and Carr. You know, these young black brothers in the street who could be in the street, but they're not in the street. They're out here earning scholarships and creating a bright future. So I thought that he's highlighting that two good teams was huge, man. So we'll talk more about that here in the next segment. But listen, get going and get it done, baby. That's right. Holla at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. They're now here in the New Orleans area. Doing a great job and really getting involved in the community. This past week, we passed out 100-some-odd bikes right here in the New Orleans area to be a part of it. CL came out there as well to help with the giveaway and to see the families and the young kids get the bikes. And some of the parents had to come get the bikes for the kids, and they're going to be able to get the bike on Christmas Day. So it just felt like I was listening to Stevie Wonder someday at Christmas, you know what I'm saying? The whole time I was out there, and it was a good feeling. So big ups to the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, and shouts out to the whole team, man. Y'all did a wonderful job, not only across here in the 504, but across the state. And remember, if y'all need a solid team, a solid group of injury attorneys, hit them up at 504-800-8888. Y'all don't go nowhere, baby. We'll be right back here, and we'll be joined by Jarryd Boyd of the Hash It Out Show. He was in the dome with our homie Lil Chris as well.
Yeah, he was definitely on that field. We got a chance to chop it up on the field. He got all the insight.
You better believe it. He has a lot of insight about the game, so he's going to be joining us. And big shout out once again to the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. We'll be right back here on Inside the Trenches on ESPN Baton Rouge. Watch out there now.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hey you, what's up? My name is Marlon Big Favorite, Super Bowl champion and national champion. And here are the top 5 ways to stand out for college recruits. Number 1, explosive first 15 seconds on your highlight film. Listen, attention spans are short nowadays. You got to be able to catch their attention right away. So that big hit, make sure it's at the top of that tape. Number 2, consistent game stats. Each week, have your stats updated. If you had 4 tackles for loss and a sack, you need to make sure that's upgraded on your social media. Number 3, strong GPA plus test scores equals college scholarships. Gives you more opportunities. If you have the high grades and if they could get you some extra funds because of your test scores, that is huge. Number 4, positive attitudes coaches can trust. If you have a positive attitude and you look like you could be a nice locker room guy and build a team up, coaches love that. Number 5, hustle on and off the field. So just as well as you're out there making tackles or touchdown catches, you need to be active in your community. A lot of you guys want NIL brands. You need to be able to establish yourself out publicly. And that's definitely key, baby. So look, if you're serious about being recruited, go to csportspros.com if you want help getting a football scholarship. Hello.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the trenches.
Welcome back, baby. It's Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite, and we're live back here at the Loyola Studios right here in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Hope everybody's having a Merry Christmas, and they're going to have a Happy New Year. That's old school right there. They don't know about that old school TLC right there, baby. I would say Mariah Carey, but I don't have no hot tea in here. But anyway, we want to take this time to give a big shout out to Health Nut System.
Sure.
Big ups to Dr. Kendra Andrews for all that she does for the show. Remember, y'all got to check out their great products at stillbodyorg.com. Again, it's stillbody.org. I said .org.com, but it's .org. Shouts out to the Monday Brain, but definitely check those products out. We talked about the CMOS, the Speed Up 365, the Still Body tablets, all natural, good products for you. Check them out, right? And let them know that you heard about them here on Inside the Trenches. Put that in your comments, and she might send you a little extra something. You might get 2 bottles. Hello, somebody.
All natural.
Well, as promised, we wanted to talk to you guys about this weekend's matchup, state championship.
Come on.
Louisiana has been consistently having teams like Etna Carr, having teams like St. Aug, Ruston. We could go down a list of teams who've played exceptionally well. Carr was ranked nationally, and you just got to be proud of what was going on this weekend. Well, somebody that had a front seat to it all right there on the sideline this weekend in the super front seat in the dome this weekend is our friend of the show,
Sure.
JB of the Hash It Out Show. Welcome back to the show, my brother JB.
Good to be back, fellas.
Yes.
Welcome.
So let's start off a little light for our fans.
All right.
Let's start off a little light. Maybe talk a little bit of maybe some of the Thursday matchups this weekend that stood out and talk about some of the champions.
All right. Oh, me, all right.
Yeah.
My fault. So,
Good, man. It was a rough weekend. Hey, man, we're going to get to the part.
I got you. So Thursday started off Haynesville versus Mangum, and I thought that was the right game to start the weekend off because we got Haynesville, a perennial power in Class 1A, and there's Mangum, who has an explosive offense. So I thought we were getting a battle between two great teams, but it just so happened that Haynesville was able to get enough stops on that powerful, electric Mangum offense to get the win, and that was their 28th state title appearance, but championship number 18 for the Haynesville Golden Tornadoes.
Now with LSU Sports Radio, we traveled to the Crusader twice this season, right? North between Lake Charles and Lafayette to the north, and one of the teams out there, we were in Kinder, Louisiana. Was Kinder in that district?
Kinder was in that division.
Division I meant
4
to say.
non-select. Yes,
I figured that. Yeah, because I saw that there. I'm like, man. I felt like because I saw like Kinder High School. And I'm like, oh, they got a little ball team around here, and I saw they was in the playoffs. Think they might have lost in the semis or what have you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm old school. I'm still thinking about 9-4-8. Those type
I
of
know,
things.
right?
Yeah, y'all. That's why you here, baby. 'Cause I'm still 9-4-8 brain.
Yes, indeed.
Brother, you did have a super front seat. Maybe it's my pleasure to always have you here.
Definitely.
But only you could explain the situation, the short ending game. And I think it would be most important for you to explain to our viewers what actually happened at the end of the show.
All right, I'm going to try to get it all in quickly because it's a lot, man. It's a
Come
lot.
on.
But Shaw got the ball with 35 seconds left off of an onside kick from St. Charles Catholic. They're up 21-20. Shaw goes out, and also St. Charles Catholic has 2 timeouts. So 2 timeouts, 35 seconds, what can they do? Nothing, right?
Right.
All right, so the game pretty much in Shaw's hand, and Shaw on the sideline already celebrating. So they go out, take a knee in the shotgun formation. Okay, that's the first thing. They take a knee. The center, he looks to the left, then looks to his right, and then throws up his helmet to celebrate, right? And he's running towards the Shaw sideline. Referees ain't doing nothing. Coach Wayne Stein sees it and calls a timeout. Called the referees over and tells the referees, y'all supposed to throw a flag.
Exactly.
That's unsportsmanlike conduct. So the refs get together, have a discussion, then decide to throw the flag and give it a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. So Coach Hank kind of didn't like that, but it's whatever. What nobody knew on the Shaw sideline was that they gave St. Charles Catholic back their timeout. Nobody knew that on the Shaw sideline.
See, I didn't know that.
And I wanted to ask that.
I didn't know that.
Because even on the board, they should had one timeout up on the main board. I figured that.
I didn't know that.
So when Shaw knelt it down on 3rd down, Coach Hank started celebrating, putting the 3 up because that's the 3rd state championship for Shaw. And they stopped and said timeout. And Coach Hank said, "What you mean timeout? He used his 2 timeouts." And then they said, "No, we gave it back to him." So he was upset about that. And then that's when you shake the punch shake happens, and then St. Charles goes on to win it. I talked to a few people, mainly coaches, on Saturday. They said that Coach Wayne Stein wasn't supposed to get that timeout back.
Right.
I talked to 2 officials that I know, and they sent me the their handbook about timeouts, and they said pending a penalty, he is supposed to get his timeout back. But I'm like, well, there wasn't a penalty pending.
Because they didn't throw nothing.
Exactly.
Right.
And I said the referees were not going to throw a flag because in their minds also game over and Shaw can start celebrating. But Coach Wayne Stein called that timeout. So now when you look at it, a loophole has now been open. And what I mean by that is somebody can have 2 timeouts with 40 seconds left. And a team can go out there and nail the ball and the whole team can start celebrating. And then the coach on the other sideline can be like, "Oh, timeout. Hey, they got helmets off and everything. That's a flag." And then you saying the refs can get together now and throw a flag, and you get your timeout back, and now you got a chance to get the ball back.
Has LASH gave an official statement about what transpired in this Shaw game?
Not yet. No statement yet.
Okay, so all right. The last 35 seconds, clearly, if y'all didn't get a chance to, y'all could go anywhere on this sports site. It went viral.
Right.
Well over 10 million views.
Right.
The crazy ending and so on and so forth with the Shaw and St. Charles Catholic game when we're talking about. But I want to go back to the first few quarters.
Yeah.
Friends of the show, guys like Michael Banks had 2 big tackles for loss.
Yeah.
They call him Red, but Alan Shaw, which the whole Shaw team came on here at one point, and the coaches.
Right.
Red had a pretty good game, toughed it out. Defensively, what Ryan Trey Carter had right at about 50. Well, I said 11. I said congratulations on 11 tackles in the game, bro. I know y'all lost, but he said, no, I had 15.
11 solo, 15 total. 11 solo, but 15 total,
Yeah, so, I mean, it was a well-fought game. We know the St. Charles Catholic team has been fighting last week. The U-High game was big.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just throughout the bulk of the game, I mean, the 98% of the game, bro, talk to our listeners about it.
Tell you what, very, very good ball game. Shaw defense came to play, and their offensive line dominated that game. They dominated. St. Charles was able to jump on them early with a good kickoff return, scoring early and then scoring late in the second quarter. But other than that, St. Charles Catholic had trouble moving the ball on Shaw. And Shaw was able to move the ball on St. Charles very slowly, but they were earning those first downs. It'd be a tough 3rd and 4, tough 3rd and 3. They were getting it. So they were dominating the ball. But that 80-yard drive for St. Charles Catholic at the end of the game,
I was listening.
That was very, very crucial and able to go down the field and get that done. And then the kicker missed the extra point. So all that happened. But to me, it was a very, very good ball game between 2 rivals. And, you know, it was great to see that from both sides of the ball defensively, because St. Charles got a good defense as well. It was a great ball game between 2 of them. It just hurts that what happened in that ball game, but it was a great ball game between 2 teams.
You being, once again, having a super front row seat, you being on that sideline, did you see maybe some extra exertion from Shaw, possibly on defense, you know, thinking they've won twice, which allotted St. Charles Catholic to have that long drive? And one more question with that: how far was that field goal to end it?
Okay, so no, did not see any extra exertion from Shaw's defense on that last drive. St. Charles just able to put together a good drive. I know there was one mistake from one of the DBs on that drive. It was a 3rd and 10, and they able to capitalize to get the first down. So I know that DB made a mistake. The defensive backs coach for Shaw was kind of hot about that. But for the game-winning field goal, 44 yards.
That's a real field goal.
Yeah, and he's a kicker that usually doesn't miss kicks at all. So when he missed the extra point, it was kind of shocking.
Right.
But he redeemed himself with that 44-yard field goal.
So I kind of want to go back to the last 35 seconds.
Okay.
It probably seemed like an eternity in this game now that we're revisiting it.
Yeah.
It went viral, baby.
The one time I don't go in the game. I just want to listen. So big ups once again to Ken Trahan and his staff. They did an excellent job. Like Deuce and Mike.
Oh, for sure, for
give
sure.
us a visual. For me, like you could. I like
They're painting the picture.
It's like
for
reading
sure.
the book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess what could have maybe been done differently, if it could have been done differently, right? Because in Coach Hank and the staff's mind, they only have one timeout left. So when we nail it twice, they don't get that timeout. The celebration happened on the first down play.
Correct.
Was it anything on 2nd and 3rd down that could have transpired that could have changed the outcome? Or we thought, we don't need to run a play. We see the timeout the way it is.
Well, it's a few things. Number one, if he knew that they gave him the timeout back, St. Charles Catholic, the timeout back, Coach Hank wouldn't have nailed the ball on 2nd and 3rd down.
Right.
He wouldn't have done that.
Right.
He automatically thought, okay, they use their timeouts. They got one left. That's it. No, they gave him a timeout back, which pretty much a total of 3 timeouts when you think about it. This is what I say in regards to Shaw now. You're nailing from the shotgun. So you catch it, and you take a step back, that's pretty much a 6-yard loss. So you did it 3 times, so that's 18 yards. Plus you had a 15-yard penalty. That's 33 yards. So imagine you go under center and take the knee. Okay, what, you lose 3 yards total? and the 15-yard penalty, all right, that field goal for St. Charles is not a 44-yard field goal. It's much, much further.
Exactly.
So that's what I disagree with Shaw, was to take a knee from shotgun instead of under center. Because you never know what can go wrong. And there's something that went wrong where you lost a total of 33 yards.
Right, and then even the announcement. So, all right, the penalty happens on first down.
Yeah.
They call their what would have been second to last timeout. And they call the refs over there, hey, this happened. They quietly got their timeout back, and then
because that's my question.
So
yeah.
The reward or the reboot of the timeout, how was that explained, and how was that?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. Being on the Superdome floor, it is very hard to understand what the refs are saying. You might be able to understand it better in the stands, but on the floor,
I'm telling you, no, not from the stand, no.
Well, I had a hard time understanding it. So, but say the question again.
How was the reboot or the re-giving of the timeout explained or told to the masses?
All right, so apparently, and a lot of people said this, and somebody put a video up. The referees did announce it. They did announce it, but not one ref went towards the Shaw sideline and told, hey, we did give him his timeout back. And
yeah, that was wrong.
Yeah, and then the coaches, they talking about what's next to do and everything after the penalty and everything, but nobody told anybody on that Shaw sideline that they had given that timeout back. I'm on the Shaw sideline. I didn't even know they gave him the timeout back. I even sat there and said he called timeout, but there's no way he can win this game. And they gave him the timeout back.
Yeah, that's insane to me. I really, because seeing the highlights, going back and, seeing the shot on the sideline when it happened and the coaches, upset. Knowing Coach Hank all these years, I know he was more pissed off at how the refs kept that quiet because that really changed the entire outcome of the game.
Well, we're talking about a play that actually went viral, and what's happening is they're focusing on the actual helmet being tossed and thrown in celebration more than the real knit and grit of it, that a timeout was given back, and the process of kneeling went a whole different way. So it's unfortunate for Coach Hank not to get his second title in a row. I'm sure that's one that they'll be thinking about. But me personally, as a fan, as a journalist, as a guy that just loves football in Louisiana, I would like for LESH to give us some type of explanation of what transpired.
Or once coming, Shaw, they do deserve that. I was happy. I dropped Marlon off at school this morning. Went to the front office. I saw the runner-up trophy. So it's still something that goes in. Right. It still shows that this team is capable, and I know those guys are going to be motivated come next season as well.
Oh, without a doubt.
If y'all are just tuning in Inside the Trenches, baby, we're talking Louisiana High School State Championship. Y'all be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below here on the ESPN Baton Rouge Live. Also, feel free to like and subscribe Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on YouTube as well. And check out some of our shorts. CL always goes viral with his comments. Y'all can go back and watch some of those takes as well.
I like shorter.
They went big time viral.
I'm small potato.
Hello. We're here with Jarryd Boyd of the Hash It Out Show. Y'all be sure to check them out every Wednesday on YouTube as well. Great content. I'm pretty sure JB's going to want to say even more about what went down. So to get the full rollout of the whole game, be sure to check him, VK Jones, and the rest of the crew out over there on the Hash It Out Show. Now, one game that was highly anticipated here in the state, just being out there on Saturday this past weekend to see the crowds, I felt like Mardi Gras was a little early, but it's like they took Nine Top and put it right in front of the Superdome just to see all of the cars, St. Aug families out there. Of course, it was tailgating. It was a epic time this weekend for both schools. So much to dive into with that game. Of course, there were other, just to kind of go around before we dive into that. Ascension Catholic beat Riverside. Academy beat Ascension Catholic 31-21. Sterling's defeated Jennings 34-20. Dunham, this was a pretty good game. Number one quarterback, class of 2027 at Dunham, defeated Calvary Baptist 34-17. Iowa and North DeSoto, they beat North DeSoto 50-43. Ruston defeats Washita Parish.
Other way around, Washita defeated Ruston.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, the other way around. See, that's what I'm glad we got to hash it out here. Because I'm just kind of checking it all out.
It's Monday, too.
We talked about Haynesville and Mayrom, that matchup there as well. But the one that everyone across really the nation was waiting to see was the Purple Knights take on Edna Carr. Two great coaches in Coach Valdez and Coach Bryce, and both of them had brilliant staff members. Man, take us through, some of the highlights of the game for you. What stood out?
What definitely stood out to me was the running game for Edna Carr. They relied on it heavily. When people think about Edna Carr, they always think about the passing game mostly. Not this time. John Johnson ran a lot, but Trey Garrison ran 41 times.
Wow.
You don't hear that from an Edna Carr team. So that's what stood out to me the most. I guess Coach John Johnson, the father of the quarterback, he had it as a game plan that, hey, I think we can run the ball against their defense, and it was very, very successful. Trey Garrison was voted the most outstanding player. Also, St. Augustine's offense did not score at all.
Right.
They scored on a pick six and a kickoff return. But the offense did not score at all. Coach Norman, he came down at the end and came to me and said that we did not want to let the offense score a point. And now he said that was another goal, and he said that we did that. So, the defense, led by Big Richard Anderson, you got Aiden Hall at safety, Kevin Martin linebacker, and the rest of the DBs with Maurice Williams, Torrance Sanders, and Hayward Howard. They're just legit. St. Augustine was able to get across the 50 a couple times, but when they did, Edna Carr just clamped them down, causing turnovers, having them punt. It was just a different story between the two. Two great programs. St. Augustine just trying to get where Edna Carr is, but they're not there yet.
Yeah, we understand, brother. We understand. And it's not because I went to Carr and obviously little Chris went to St. Aug. It was a lot of banter through the week.
Yes. It was as expected.
Yes.
Exactly. And one side talked about the other side, and it was entertaining. I must say it was entertaining.
Yeah.
It helped play the part of making you want to see the game. I realized there was 34,000 people that showed up in the Superdome.
In there.
Yeah.
They had to have been at least 80K out there. I'm just being real, sir.
Yeah. The tailgate was you talking to a guy that tailgates every Sunday. So the tailgate was immaculate. The fanfare, the rah-rah, the colors, the picking of the sides, that's what football is about, and it's great to see it in Louisiana. My question is to you, brother, is there any possible in the near-see future way to slow down Carr on this road to dynasty that they're embarking on right now? And I'm saying that in the most humblest way.
I know you are. I know.
Because I know those guys personally.
Look, Edna Carr reloads every year. Every year. And quarterback John Johnson is the second quarterback in Edna Carr history to go back-to-back. So now he's gone. There's a new quarterback coming. There's a new running back. You got to replace Big Rich. You got to replace Kevin Martin. You got to replace all of the defensive backs. So it's a lot that's being replaced for Edna Carr. So if there's a chance, maybe next season, but that's a big if because they're just so talented across the board. So talented. It's going to be hard. But if there's a chance, maybe next season, maybe, but we just got to watch and see, man.
It's a big watch.
And for the people that didn't even get a chance to see the game, there was an 85-yard kickoff return called back.
Yeah. Due to a block in the back.
Right.
Yes.
So, it's not just, dominant offense, crazy big defensive line. The special teams is immaculate, on every level.
Yeah, they do. And obviously we're all cool with the coaching staffs on both sides. Each team does a good job of creating brotherhood.
Yes.
Discipline. Both teams have an academic standard. At Conquer Sports, we train a lot of these guys. And, to talk about Big Rich's, somebody that's filling in his shoes next year was the guy on side of him this year, and Nigel Marshall. We call him Animal, a wild animal. We've been training animals since he was in the 7th grade. He's now going into his senior year as well, kind of like Anthony Parker Jr. over at Kennedy. So you do have kids that are getting coached up well. Technique is exceptionally well on both sides, and you can see the track record at the colleges. A lot of these head in the car and saying all kids are going to college, going to the pros. So all that starts with the excellence in both of those programs, just to kind of echo what JB was talking about. My question for you now, JB, and it's probably just to go a little more in depth to CL's question, who? Right, who? Because Ed Car saw the 2 6'6" quarterbacks, freshmen, whatever. I don't know the little kids' names, but I saw them. I said, Coach Frank, man,
it's hard to
these
miss
dudes are? They playing quarterback. Quarterback. Wow, I thought there was some thin receivers, but that just goes to the reload thing. But I look across the district. Okay, Warren East is in a new district, but everything else is the same. You should still have Jesuit, you still have Brother Martin. John Curtis, St. Aug, just going through a few of the teams. Who could step up and say, okay, we're going to beat y'all in the regular season, or y'all got us in the regular season, we're going to take y'all out the playoffs.
And letting everybody know.
Humbly.
Right, letting everybody know Carr hasn't lost in 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, straight.
Well, when I came on the show early in the year, you asked me who could beat them.
Before you answer that, stick in the city. I'm going to just say that.
Stick in the city.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
And 2 of those teams, I said, was Curtis and St. Augustine. I said they can give them a challenge. All right, we going to the next season. It's the same 2. And LaShawn Coulon led the way for St. Augustine at quarterback. He's gone. Jael Noble takes over. You're about to see a show. Jael Noble. You're about to see a show. He could throw and he can run. It's going to be hard to game plan just on trying to stop him, period. So that's the first thing. Curtis comes back with majority of their team because they were young, and they come back. So that's the 2 right there that I would pick that has a chance to maybe give Carr their first loss in over 2 years, but we'll see.
Now, fellas, I'm going to expand it throughout the state. I want to talk about the 2 teams you talk about. I do think St. Aug, for a couple of reasons, the coaching staff, led by Coach Robert Valdez, offensive line-minded coach.
Yeah.
Sure.
Super intelligent, went to law school.
Southern Hall of Famer.
Southern Hall of Famer, right out of Algiers, your guy. Right, he's here. He's a smart coach, track record of winning state championships. Sure. We remember St. James, even at West St. John.
Won at Grambling with Coach Jackson, Hugh Jackson.
He won at Grambling with Coach Hugh Jackson. So
assistant head coach.
To coach and mentor the college kids as well, and bring some of those principles back into so that John Curtis, we talk about guys that come on our show like Brock Bryant, Bug's going into his senior year. John Curtis, we talk about them reloading, but if I expand throughout the state, and I talk about, right now Edna Carr looks all of Superman.
Yeah.
If Superman has a kryptonite, that kryptonite is in Baton Rouge, and that school is Catholic High. Okay. That's 2 years in a row they beat Catholic by 1 score. Both located in Algiers. A hard place to play. JB, I'm going to you, my friend.
Yeah.
And we have Jaden Vessel. John said, I see a DN out there. You train with Conquer. I know, CL, you've been checking out a lot of our guys. That's a kid, the DN from Catholic High. What is it? What are they doing? What's the formula? How are they getting it? This is the close. Even the team from out of town they played wasn't this close.
Right.
Talking about Heritage, that is.
Yeah, Heritage. I know. Yeah, Heritage. Yeah,
I'm sorry, Heritage.
It's all right. But when it comes to Baton Rouge
Call
Catholic,
us too.
I think it's just the way they game plan. I really do, because they have talented players, but not as talented as in the car. So I think it's the coaching staff being able to game plan, put a scheme together. Because like Marlon said, here we are, 2 straight years, 1 possession game. And then other people are saying, well, Catholic committed 4 turnovers. If they don't commit those 4 turnovers, are we saying that Carr might have been defeated? We'll never know. But it's something that Coach Hudson Fuller and his staff are doing that they see on film that has worked for them these past 2 years. I think it's a scheme that they're putting together that's keeping them close in the ball games in the car.
Brother, everybody knows Bryce at Edna Carr. I would like for you to say all the other coaches for Edna Carr that need to be recognized today and for the rest of the year.
Oh man, number one,
championship coaches.
It's a lot. But I'm gonna name a few of them.
Come on.
Number 1, Norman Powell, the defensive line coach. Definitely Coach Norm, man. He gets a whole lot of credit.
That's
man.
your twin. He look just like Sierra.
man.
That's my boy, man.
Definitely Coach Norm. Earl Cager, O-line coach. Definitely Coach Cager, man. And if you ever get to see Coach Cager coach his O-line at a practice, go watch him, man. It's intense. And he don't play. He don't play, man. He expect perfection every second. I love it. Offensive coordinator, Coach John Johnson.
Yeah.
Coach John Johnson, man. The plays he put together, and then like this season, to have a mindset to say we might have to be run heavy this year to win, and it works. So that's the 3 for sure I'm going to name, man. But that entire coaching staff all deserve credit for what they have done, not just this year and last year, but for many years.
Right.
Yeah, and assistant head coach and recruiting coordinator, Coach Frank Benoit. He's quietly him and Coach Pat, linebacker coach. You know, those guys really are mentors to these young men as well. So
let me say, Coach Taurus Howard.
Taurus
Can't forget
Howard.
him. Yeah,
Defensive coordinator.
That's right. Can't forget him.
Pitched a shutout in the state championship game.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Coach Jarryd. I want to shout out Coach Jarryd.
Big ups to Coach Jarryd. And look, big ups to, the entire staff at St. Aug and Edna Carr. 2 great programs, a matchup worth watching. It was big. Before we let you go, JB, man, let's talk about the Hash It Out show, what y'all got coming up, what this episode is going to be about, and I guess talk about the transition into basketball season.
Definitely. We're usually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but we're going to be on just Tuesday, tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the state championship games. We're going to talk about Edna Carr, St. Augustine, definitely talk about the Shaw, St. Charles Catholic situation, and just going to give people our thoughts about every game, and that's about it for tomorrow. That's
Definitely.
I'm excited about that basketball. I just wanted to just jump up in there. I'm excited about that basketball.
We're going to be streaming the basketball game this Friday night, waiting for a coach to get back with me on permission. But he's going to say yes.
You know which team I want you to shoot.
Well, it's the Hash It Out show, baby. Y'all make sure y'all check them out on YouTube, on the social media. Great content. You can check out all the high school games. They travel all around the state, check out a lot of teams. JB, as always, brother, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank y'all.
Well, y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be joined by Xavier Rush, former Tulane wide receiver, NFL wide receiver, is going to join us to talk about Tulane football, and we'll talk a little sports with him, baby. It's Inside the Trenches, right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Well, hello, somebody. It's time to move your body. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Fave Favorite. And we're going to keep this thing going. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in to the show every week. From the bottom of our hearts, we really appreciate it. Man, this show has really been a huge part of my life over the past few years, several years, and I appreciate and I love all our guests who ever come on, our team here, my co-hosts, from the depths of my heart. I also want to take this time to talk to all the ballers out there. If you're a junior in high school, a senior in high school. I'm talking to you in regards to recruiting. Visit csportspros.com, Conquer Sports, and what we're able to do is my team of experts are able to get your film, break it down, and legit help get you a college scholarship so you can ride for free. The NIL era, baby, that really matters. So visit csportspros.com about that. And listen, junior high kids all the way through really pro guys, combines coming up, pro day, hit us up at csportspros.com, our expert of coaches. I'm even out there with the linemen. Get with us, train with the champions, put yourself in a position to where you can develop into an NIL baby. And most importantly, like Joe Burrow said the other day on TV, guys, he was like, man, I just love having a job that's basically a play job. It's a hobby. It's just something as a kid I did for fun, and now I get paid for it. So be sure to
That's the goal.
check it out. Well, speaking of ballers, speaking of guys
Big
who
time.
played college football, played a little bit of NFL football, and just so happened to be an author, baby. Back at the show again.
Come on.
My brother, my guy,
Come on.
Xavier Rush, former Tulane wide receiver, NFL wide receiver. Welcome him back to the show, baby.
What's good?
Welcome
Glad
back,
to be
brother.
back.
Welcome.
Glad to be back.
So I really like this. I do. I want to show this to our audience. Last time we were talking about fitness. You had your fitness book.
And the mental health one.
And the mental health one, which is huge. We talked about that last night at our NFLPA meeting.
Yeah.
Now this is the nutrition alphabet. Right. I saw antioxidants in here, infused water. I'm just going through the alphabets backwards, just flipping through. Herbal tea, ginger. I see it, man.
Okay.
Fiber. I see the wheat pasta.
Yeah.
Talk to our viewers about the new kids book.
Oh, well, it's a series, and that's the third one of the series. So like you said, the fitness alphabet, we have the mental health alphabet, and now we have the nutritional alphabet. And these are all components that we all need to enhance and be our whole selves. You want to be your whole person. So nutrition is one of the main foundations of that. And I feel like as a people and as a culture, that's something we need to hone in on more, understand the history behind what we eat, why we eat it, and then understand what's good for our bodies. And when we put it in our body, what does it do to us? What gives us energy? What flushes us out? What allows us to get mucus and sickness out of us? So why not teach the youngsters that at a young age, but also teach the parents while they read it to them? So it's like educating both generations at one time.
Right. Now, of course, that's an exceptional way of attacking a problem that the community has. Obviously, you went to exceptional school at Tulane. Obviously, you're an exceptional athlete. But, brother, I want you to tell us about your exceptional transition from the field to a businessman as you are today.
Well, I tell a lot of people when I tell my story, I give the respect and proper respect to the game of football or to the game of sports in general, because I look at sports as life. It's a microcosmic of life. So anything you want or any situation you will go through or see in life, I can compare it to some form of football. If it's from training, if it's from when you're on the field, when you're in life, you have a hiccup or something doesn't go your way. You've been planning to be successful at this interview the whole time, and all of a sudden you have a curveball come your way. In football, that's the same thing. If you're on the field and your quarterback throws an interception, do you sit there and suck, or do you make sure you tackle them so the problem don't get worse? And even when good things happen, it teaches you how to stay level-headed. Don't get too high, don't get too low, because life is a roller coaster itself. So something has to be steady. So that allows me to do that, but also to be the best at whatever I do. I'm a kid from Mississippi. So it's already 1%, but it's another 1% or 1% to get to where I wanted to go. And my whole life, it was always told, oh, you should just go do this. Not many people make that. Go do this. Not people make it. But I was the type of person, I feel like whatever I did or whatever I touched, I wanted to win. I wanted to be the best. And I was so I go to NOLA Detox and do classes with them 3 times a week. And today we was talking about just doing everything the same way. Like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. People try to say, oh, I do this like this, I do that like this, but your innate natural ability is what you do just unconsciously.
Right.
And my wife and her family own a custodial commercial company called Crescent Building Services. And I'm getting into it more, trying to learn the ins and outs to help expand it, help get more contracts. But to get to know what it is, you have to do it, work it. So they do a lot. They do floors and things like that. So I'm learning the gist of everything. So the other night, there's a couple more guys working. And naturally, I'm trying to get my floor shinier than his floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do more than he's doing. I'm trying to, if it's a whole floor, I'm trying to do more than half. And I'm trying to make it look better. And it wasn't on I'm better than you. It's just naturally, that's what my natural thinking was. Like, what technique, how can I be this efficient and mine look way better than yours? And I feel like football and sports in general has molded my natural critical thinking skills to be that. And it's taught me like I feel like I'm in the game of life, and every day it's like another play, another down, another day.
Copy.
If y'all just tuning in Inside the Trenches, y'all see me messing with my Get Gordon football and my Baller Bite chips. We have Xavier Rush on the show. Be sure to follow him. DNT, that's don't_rush_it on Instagram. You can order the links for the books and everything on there. Feel free to order the books. This is a really good. We're talking about the holidays. It's Christmas time. This is a really good stocking stuffer for your young kid or your little niece or nephew.
Gift.
Yeah, because I like the anime on it. Just the cover feels really smooth. The guy really built like this in real life. He hit them weights and stuff like that. But y'all be sure to check it out. Not at all. I want to talk. You said a lot just now about really giving free game to the current young athlete. Right, we do. To be good at football, you have to put a lot of time in it. You have to train hard. You have to be extra competitive to play at the level we played at, and that's just it. But you could take that competitive nature into the business world, into the entrepreneur world, into the Fortune 500 world, and that's however you want to because it's not wasted years, right? It's definitely time spent. So I guess my question for you is, to that young athlete who, like you and I got a lot in common. We don't have all accredited seasons that most guys have, but we do have opportunity because we kept going. What's your message to that player?
If that's what you want to do, don't allow anybody else to tell you not to. Mm-hmm. Play until you know when it's time not to chase it, and allow it to mold you. Like we said, like every situation, every opportunity, you get it for a reason. Try to squeeze every ounce of that reason out of it. You know what I mean? Don't leave nothing. Don't leave anything on the plate. Don't take anything for granted. And whenever you are around somebody that you can get knowledge from, if it's football, if it's life, if it's business, be willing to be open and understanding. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we so tunnel vision that we miss out on why we're really there. And a quick story, I tell people this to this day. Probably the reason I'm not in the league right now is because it wasn't my destiny. My destiny was to be an entrepreneur, pour into the community, write books, touch a lot of lives in what I do, because I tore my ACL at Tulane my senior year. So my whole thing was to get film. If I can get film, if I can get on the field, I'm good. Go to the Eagles, go through preseason. Every time I was supposed to get on the field, something to happen. Either we turn the ball over and we can't punt, or they keep a guy in there a little longer, another drive, you get the next drive. And then all of a sudden we in victory formation, or it just didn't fall. The dominoes didn't fall where it made. Right. And when I think about it now, it was I'm spiritual. It was God basically not allowing me to miss out on what He had for me later on in life. Because if I got on that field one time, like for real, it would have been raps. Right. I know that for a fact, and I felt like God knew the talent He gave me, the ambition He gave me, the mindset He gave me. he couldn't give me that opportunity, or I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I would still be playing. I would definitely be financially better than I am, but I wouldn't have met the people I met. I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have met a lot of my business partners, a lot of people that have molded me and molded my mind to where it's at now. I might not even been thinking how I'm thinking now when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to meditation, when it comes to mental health. It could have been a whole different spectrum. So I always say, whatever happens is for a reason. Try to understand it and embrace it, and then execute what's there for you.
Can we have a conversation about the Tulane Green Wave and their current playoff positioning, brother?
Oh yes. I'm there Saturday.
I'm sure you are. I see you there all the time. I just want to sit back, and I would want you to explain to the people what you see on Saturdays on South Claiborne Avenue in New Orleans, Louisiana.
I see a group of young men that are playing for each other, that care about each other, that are playing for something bigger than themselves. And I feel like there's something magical in that building right now. It kind of felt like my junior year when we went to the New Orleans Bowl for the first time in how many ever years, you know what I mean? It tells you a lot when you have a coach that's leaving, and he's the building, the team, and everybody is still playing for each other. He's still there doing whatever he got to do for the optics, for the other school, for the business, but he's 10 toes down. The team's 10 toes down. The administration's 10 toes down, and just how he's going, I know I'm kind of going off on the tee, but how Summerall is going about the business aspect is the classiest you ever seen anything like this ever done. Nobody's done it like he's doing it right now. Right. Being able to coach a team in the college football playoffs. Nobody has opted out to hop in the transporter yet that I know of. That's
something to be mentioned for sure.
I feel like the hire was low-key magnificent hire. We could talk about that later as well.
Okay.
And then
I did want to ask you.
And then you going up to Ole Miss to be able to have a revenge game, be able to go even further and further into the playoffs. I just feel like it's one of these fairy tale magical stories. Hopefully, it don't come to an end anytime soon. But I just feel like it's special energy right now.
It'd be crazy if Tulane goes deep into the playoffs and actually make it to the deal. And I know a lot of folks have been critical about teams like Tulane and James Madison getting in. Man, they have these G5 schools getting in. Well, hey, they earned their right in.
Right.
I know my co-host, shouts out to my bro Hunt, he don't really like it. And I know a lot of it has to do with the competitive side of the game, but Tulane is a competitive university. Right. So, I think that needs to be mentioned as well.
And if you look at it, Tulane handily beat Northwestern this year. They handily beat the ACC champs of Duke this year. So it's not like Tulane is one of those schools that it's just a charity. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's one of those schools that if you don't come play, you're going to get your ass busted.
Only one team, the University of Texas San Antonio game, that was the only blemish on the
and that gave me a trap game feeling anyway.
And
I played at UTSA. I played in that place. It's a different vibe, It's a different vibe, and I feel like you can quote me on this. I feel like it might be a couple upsets this weekend.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because I don't feel like Oregon is as strong as people think they are. If you've been watching them these last few weeks, so. It's gonna be close. The game's gonna be closer than you think, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but in my opinion, just watching, I feel like it's gonna be some good games, and the G5 school is gonna represent respectfully.
Well, I will say this: we did mention this earlier on the show. This December, the results in December have been crazy in the NFL, college football, across the board. You couldn't have told anybody in September of 2025 in the start of the season that Indiana was going to be the number one team in college football. You couldn't tell me that Tulane was going to be in the college football playoffs. You couldn't tell me that LSU was going to be this bad this year. It's so much different things.
I didn't think LSU was going to be as bad as they were, but Indiana didn't surprise me, and Tulane making it didn't surprise me because we got to just win. We got to win the conference. Right?
Yeah.
Right. I felt like we was going to win.
The Tulane didn't surprise me either.
I gambled a little bit. I put the futures bet in on Tulane winning the conference.
Come on. All right, man.
So that one is surprising. And then Indiana, Last year they came through. They got in the college football playoffs.
They did get in last year.
And that coach, everywhere he went, he a winner. Everywhere. He ain't never lost. He ain't never been a loser in his life. Indiana was one of those teams that you like. They're like a Northwestern. You know?
Right.
They in the Big Ten, but they ain't gonna make no noise. And all of a sudden now they home. They here. You know what I mean?
They here.
And it didn't take long. So that one didn't surprise me. Either I knew they would have to go through either Michigan or Ohio State to really make their stand, but man, that one did surprise me. LSU surprised me how bad they were.
That was 7-5. That's and we about to play Houston. We're gonna beat Houston pretty bad. How that's gonna look?
I feel like they needed that coaching change.
Okay.
I've been thought that.
Well, and I'm in agreement with you, brother. I sat on a hill and said they had the wrong coach.
It wasn't that I don't feel like he was a bad coach. He just didn't fit the culture.
The culture. He did not
He
fit
just
the
didn't
culture.
fit the culture. It's like somebody coming to your house to eat and they ask you what every dish is, and they say they're a cook. You know what I mean? Like you just don't feel right. You know what I mean? But
it didn't feel right.
But I feel like coach change is gonna be good for him. And then the LSU Houston game, that's gonna be closer than you think too.
That's okay. So, give me a prediction. Do you have a prediction score for LSU Houston? I'm just saying we should win by at least
27-24.
Okay. All right. And you ain't got to mention the team. We're just going to say that. We're just going to leave it at that, 27-24. And I'm not going – I'm going to say LSU.
Or 28-24.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
Well, he's a betting man. He knows his numbers now.
Yeah. He said he had the Tulane deal, right?
Right. Speaking of numbers, we can all see that you put your reps in and you do your proper sets. Tell us about this business where the average individual could come be excellent and elite.
Oh, so we got going into the new year for our classes just in general. We have unlimited classes at our gym. Early morning, 6 a.m. at 5:30 p.m., where you have your general workout where we lifting, we getting cardio in, we getting jumping jacks. We on a bike, we on a rower, we on the weights, we bench pressing, we squatting, we cleaning, we doing all that. And it's women, men, 50-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 15-year-olds, whatever. And then we also have something we're doing with the athletes as well, where they're coming in and they're able to experience different things from weightlifting to speed work to agility to position specific. And that'll be coming also into the new year as well.
Now, how could they sign up for it if anybody watching right now?
They can go to XR Elite on Instagram, _XR Elite. It's a link. Go to it. It's under Totem, the platform Totem, and you can sign up for it. Your first month's half off. For the athletes, we only take in the first 25, so we could just make sure everything roll good, and then another 25. But it's gonna be it's cool. It allows you to experience all that for one price, and it allows the parents to not have to go here for speed, here for this, here for that, pay $500 here, pay $450 here, because after a while the child has to pick.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we got multi-sport athletes in the city where if you hoop, we got hooping trainers. If you play baseball, we got baseball guys. If you play quarterback, we got quarterback guys. If you play volleyball, we got young ladies and men that do volleyball skill training, but then you also come in and get the source of the strength and conditioning. Because I also train the strength and conditioning at Xavier University for 6 of their teams.
That's pretty cool, man. Well, okay, we got actually one more question. I know we got to get going.
No, for sure.
Right now, NFL football.
Come on.
You had to pick. I want Xavier's Power 5. This has been a kooky year, right? So Kansas City out of the picture. I mean, I was hoping our Saints could have been a little better. But right now, not saying top 5. We're going like with ESPN like to do the Power 5 teams.
The strongest teams right now.
The strongest teams right now.
Let's go LA Rams.
Okay.
Number 1 team in NFC.
We're going to Houston Texans.
Oh, you got
Denver Broncos.
I figured there would have been 2 on the list.
They up there.
I'm trying to think. Oh, Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Even though they just got beat by. Well, I'm gonna take Detroit off. I'm taking Detroit off.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle, yeah. And one more team.
And I'm gonna give you a off the wall one. Oh no.
I thought you were going NFC South somewhere.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, don't
the
go down.
Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots.
Even though they
lost to Buffalo.
But you can't when you got the Superman guy on the sticks. You
Can't get in a
put him to work.
shootout with them.
New England Patriots, and I'm gonna give you a wild card.
Okay.
Even though I don't like them, the team, but I feel like they're gonna be sneaky. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Man, I was so mad I benched Trevor Lawrence this weekend, bro. He had like 49 fantasy points. Cause that team, Coach Coyne is a good coach. Coach Coyne is a really good coach. They got defense. I mean, and Trevor Lawrence is an elite quarterback. Yeah. So, and they got running game. So that I like that. That makes sense. And look, we want to hear from you too. If y'all got y'all NFL power rankings, let me know who y'all think are the top teams. Listen, I love the Saints. I don't want nobody saying the Saints right now. They 4-10, but no, that's cool. They can be on the power rankings for the preseason teams you think will be high coming next year. But I would like for y'all to comment below on that. Man, Xavier, as always, thank you so much for coming on the show. You seem like you got a good motivational speech somewhere in you. That's your camera right there, man. Talk to to the young entrepreneur, young athlete out there. Holler at him, give him a little bit of advice.
I just want you to look yourself in the mirror each and every day. Be consistent. Be communicative. Be able to listen. And just take a half a step to a step every day into the direction you want to go. Because a lot of us feel like when we don't feel like doing something, we just lay around, we'll do it tomorrow. But that can turn into a consistent thing as well. But get up every day and say, I'm just going to move forward a half a step. Because a half a step every day and you come back to the same day next year, you're a lot farther than you were today. So just remember that.
I like that, man. That was deep, man. Thank you so much, Zay, for coming on the show. And look, y'all be sure to check him out again. It's DNT_rush_it on Instagram. Sign up for the training. Be sure to check out. He got the gear. He got the books for the kids. One more time for him right here. Nutrition Alphabet, baby. There you go right there. Look at that there. Y'all check it out.
And he's definitely rolling with TULANE on Saturday.
Definitely rolling TULANE out there. He's going to Oxford this weekend. I ain't mad.
Road, huh?
Plus 650.
Come on. Oh.
Well, look, y'all, we got one more segment here. When we come back, we will have a segment. We're going to talk about the Saints going around Louisiana a little more, y'all. It is Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Are you a high school football player who's tired of waiting on college coaches to notice you? What if I told you there's a way to get real colleges to reach out to you with scholarship offers and a financial package? If you are a junior or a senior who is serious about playing football on the next level and having school paid for, well, this video for you. Hello, somebody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marlon Big Fave Favorite. As a defensive lineman, I won a national championship with LSU in 2007 and then won a Super Bowl championship with the New Orleans Saints in 2009. Today, I'm a part of a broadcasting team who does the pre- and post-game analysis for the LSU Tigers. You might catch me on other media outlets talking sports as well. But here's what I'm mostly passionate about. My real job is running Conquer Sports Professionals. At our New Orleans and Baton Rouge's facilities, we specialize in elite training for high school and college-bound football players. We provide position-specific training, strength and conditioning, and speed training to help our athletes dominate on the field. But that's just part of what we do. The big part of what we do is we help high school football players secure offers to play college football and pay for their education. Here's the reality most players face. High school coaches just don't have enough time to do all the recruiting work that you need. You show up to 7-on-7s and camps, hoping some coaches will notice you out of 500-some kids. What usually happens is you waste your entire weekend because nobody was actually watching you. Most guys just throw their applications into a void, hoping something sticks. That's not strategy. That's gambling with your future. Here's where we're different. We have a network of 1,000 coaches and scouts representing every level of college football from Division I FBS, FCS, Division II, Division III, NAIA, and junior colleges. We start with a complete skill assessment. We discuss your football and your educational goals. Then, based off your talent, we personally contact coaches and scouts who are looking for exactly what you bring to the table. We don't send out emails. We make direct, personal contacts. Why does our approach work so well? Because me and my team here at Conquer has years of experience in the sports world. Our network is broad and vast, and we can get you in front of coaches and scouts who can offer you a spot. Here's what this means for you. Number one, you never have to worry about what to say, how to say it, or when to say it. You just show up, play your best, and let the results take care of themselves. Number two, when a coach responds, we personally prep you for each call and visit. We walk you through what to expect, what to say, and how to make a strong first impression. Our team of former NCAA and NFL players manages the outreach, sending and replying to messages every single day. This makes it almost impossible not to get noticed by a college program. But we don't just reach out randomly. We write messages to show real intent, why you like their school, references to their program, and their academic reputation. We make it personal, real, and human. We have direct contacts and relationships with the decision makers. So a coach just don't see a name or a stat. They see you, a player that belongs in their locker room, and they trust that we will only send players that fits their program. Now, I can't cover everything in this short video, but if you like what you heard so far, or if you're even a little bit interested, click the link below and book a call with our team. Worst case scenario, you leave with a clear plan on how to control your recruiting process. Best case scenario, we work together and you sign a college offer with a scholarship. And if it doesn't work, we'll keep on working. We'll find a way to get you somewhere. There are tons of opportunities out there, and we'll help you discover them. So is this worth 30 minutes of your time? Absolutely. The only real risk is doing nothing and watching another season go by without hearing from a school you should be playing for. Even if you're unsure or on the fence, book a call anyway. The application just takes minutes. And if we can't help you, we'll let you know right away. Click the link below, and we'll see you on the call. Hello, somebody.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Well, one thing is for certain. When you're having yourself a good time, time does fly, clip his wings. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches, baby. It's your host, Marlon Big Favorite. I'm here with my co-host, CL NOLA, and Lil Chris is back on the show. Want to send a big shout out to our special guest coming on the show, Jarryd Boyd of the Hash It Out Show. Y'all be sure to check out the Hash It Out Show tomorrow on YouTube to get more information. I can't wait to hear what he says. Like, gives a full analysis on the Shaw game.
Right.
And also, Xavier Rush came on the show. Y'all remember following him at DNT_Rush_it. You can check out his new book. He had the Nutritional Alphabets book. It looked pretty cool, man. Felt like I needed to kind of open that book every day to see what I'm eating every day. Don't forget to get your little ginger snaps. Well, not the snaps, ginger dips in the coffee, the tea. Not the coffee, the tea. Y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, y'all, we did promise our viewers we were going to talk about the New Orleans Saints and the Pelicans, two teams right now that had some wins this weekend. The folks in New Orleans at the 504 was able to go into this weekend with feeling good about their teams. CL, I want to come to you first about the Saints. The 3 games left. You got the Jets, then the Titans, and then we take on Atlanta again. I think we go to Atlanta this time.
Correct.
And do the Saints win out? Do the Saints finish 7-10?
There's a great possibility that the Saints can win out. We understand that the Jets are the Jets. We understand that Tennessee actually has less talent than New Orleans does on offense. No matter how you feel about Cam Ward. And, of course, the Atlanta Falcons, that's a revenge game at the end of the day. But I'll just talk about the elephant in the room. I believe that the New Orleans Saints has found their quarterback.
Absolutely.
And it's not that I saw the game in person in Miami where I saw a tremendous change in not just momentum but belief. And the belief started inside the locker room. There was a lot of plays happening this year that we had receivers and guys dropping balls. Now I don't see a ball touching the ground.
Yeah.
There's times where we need first downs, and now we're finding a way to get first downs. There's times where we need to get to the quarterback, and we're getting to the quarterback. And I believe all of that is the direct reason why Shuck is playing the way he is, because this young man honestly has shown me so much in the past few weeks, not only just running the football for first downs or touchdowns, but standing in the pocket, staring down the gun barrel, and delivering accurate balls across the middle as well as down the seam.
Well, I think the biggest thing, and CL made a good point about Shuck, is just getting comfortable. He's now all of the who's going to be the starting quarterback, who's our guy, the emotional roller coaster that football players deal with, right, in regards to, am I going to play this week? Who's going to start? All of that's out the window. I do think New Orleans has found their franchise quarterback, somebody they can build around, and the locker room is very receptive of him. You see the whole mood of the team change. It's not about. It's like every game is a Super Bowl game to them. It's like every win matters, and you see the difference in the fan base. Like at first, oh man, it's Shuck him. He don't know what he's doing, and it was all about everything this kid was doing bad in college. And look at his pro day tape. That was an ugly throw, but one thing we have to remember, Chris, is Kellen Moore is a quarterback.
Yes.
He's an NFL quarterback. In this decade, he was playing in the NFL as a quarterback. I saw them challenging the other day to hit the goalpost at practice. He's still competing. He's relatively younger than Phillip Rivers is right now.
For sure.
Yes.
Like he's younger than me right now, and I'm younger than pretty younger than, much younger than Phillip Rivers is. But when you think about Tyler Shuck and building around him going into the next season, what are some key pieces you think the Saints should put around him? Is it on the on the end as a maybe getting another block on the interior, or is it some more weapons? Like when you think about things that improve the Saints' offense building around Tyler Shuck.
And that's exactly what I was talking with Cam Jordan briefly about the other day. I think we got the quarterback. I like Devin Neal. He's been playing better, as the season progressed. I like Devin Neal. I like the running back room. Yeah. Receivers, we gotta get more depth on the receiving. Maybe draft a receiver. And then offensive line too. Definitely get some more depth. Bulk of the offensive line for sure. And then I think if we could do that, Kellen Moore, I trust him. He won the Super Bowl with the Eagles as an offensive coordinator, so he can prove that he could build a great offense. I think, and then it's just the aura that Tyler Shuck brings to the offense, not even just to the offense, to the team that believe, and they're just overall playing harder for them for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely in games at the end now. Sometimes we will have scores early in the year. Sometimes we'd have scores, maybe a 2-score game, and it almost seems insurmountable because the offense doesn't have it. Well, now the feeling is, hey, the defense keeps us in there. We have a chance to win it at the end, especially with now we have a proven kicker. Everything is just seeming to trend in the right way.
Direction.
And I'll specifically fill in those slots with draft picks. I would love for us to get a Carnell Tate from Ohio
yes,
State
indeed.
to come in and play wide receiver. Even though I love Vele and I think he will be a part of this team, we just need depth. We need more and more depth. I would love to see a Mr. Love at running back to pair with a Neal moving forward. Of course, we need some help inside, interior, maybe some guard and make some guards. But at the same time, I would love for us to go get the best tight end in college football, the Oregon tight end. Of course, it's Monday. His name is far from my brain right now.
I'm trying to think too.
Yeah, we could specifically get those type of guys to insert into this offense because I believe, like everyone can see, that not only do the fans and not only do the coaches believe, you can see in the players the belief.
Well, that was going to be my question for you. The Saints, they have a first, a second, a third. I want to say they have 2 4th-round picks.
Two fifths.
2 fifths and the
Six
sixth.
and a seven.
Well, I think the 7th they got the Vele with, if I'm not mistaken.
We got a 7 some kind of way. We got it back. We got the 7.
Maybe during, we got it back during trades with Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid.
Yeah.
Okay, so so then the Saints got a 7. My question for you is, with this 5th, 36 and 72, what position? I mean, it's way too early. And like I said, we're jumping the gun. The Saints still got 3 more games to play. We don't know if they're going to have the 5th pick overall. Depends on how this, the win goes.
They probably won't because we're going to win.
So they're going to end up probably getting like maybe 11. No, probably.
Probably 7, 8.
7 or 8.
7, 8, something like that.
So you mentioned Jeremiah Love. He's a first-round draft pick. So you're saying go first round?
Oh, for sure. Back. We need first-round talent on offense.
And running back position.
At every position except quarterback.
But first round.
First-round talent. We need a boost of young talent with the offense. And shouts out to the young running backs. Of course, his number 30.
30, yeah. I could
coming over from Denver. I can't get this guy's name.
Monday brand too, and Chris.
But we need young legs. You can see what young legs does to our running game in New Orleans. You see what a guy that understands, hey, I'm not gonna have too many opportunities. I need to hit this hole and hit it hard. And you've seen we're actually running screens again.
Yeah, because I mean, the elephant in the room now is Alvin Kamara because he's injured right now.
Right.
You are dealing with the older player. Usually guys like that, they like to go to an already established team, a team that they could be that running back that they're missing. Is that the direction you think they go? Because when you mention if Alvin Kamara comes back healthy, and he's mentioned before, hey, If I'm not here, I'm gonna be sipping pina colada. So that's early retirement. But I mean, AK probably could give you another 3 solid teams. I mean, do you see? It's like, what do you see? Because you're mentioning skill players. Like, you're not mad at, I'm assuming, a tight end, a running back, or receiving the first round. But you exclusively said Jeremiah Love, who's a running back,
right? Or Cornell Tate,
yeah.
which is a wide receiver from Ohio State.
Okay.
Or the tight end from Oregon. We need threats.
Gotcha.
We need threats. If Alvin wants to work out a deal that we can compensate him for being a complimentary back, I have no problem with him coming back. But I need a 2-headed monster with a Neal and maybe a Love. I'm not even gonna count on a Miller in his situation because Neal will be coming off of injuries as well. But we need complementary at running back, and we need more depth and more explosiveness at the wide receiver and tight end position.
And I wonder, so my thing, if I go first round, I would probably say big target receiver, big tight end first. And I know it's tomatoes, but I do think you can get a skilled running back with 36.
Oh, sure.
I think now to your point, if a Jeremiah Love or somebody's there at 7 or 8, that could really be a change, but you don't really see, you see?
Unfortunately, and, God forgive me as well as the Who Dat Nation forgives me. I mean, you can just look to the east and see how much of an effect that Baji is to the offense in Atlanta. To have a first-round running back talent such as that does tremendous for your offense, because in reality, Atlanta sucks. But they actually look like a little something when they give it to number
Robinson.
7.
Yeah, they look.
You understand what I'm saying?
And Chris, I want to come to you next. I want to go on the defensive side of the ball, but with UCL, if a top-notch interior offensive lineman is available in the first round or 36, you got to kind of think of that too, because the Saints' offensive line has potential, but like I said, Cesar Ruiz could probably use a little competition.
Yeah. Well, and this is the good thing about going into this year. We have money now.
Right.
So we're not cap strung like we usually are every year.
Right.
So now we can go in and we can address the offensive line, the guard position to be exact, with money instead of with draft picks, hoping a guy comes in and we can get him up to speed. We already have our 2 bookends, tackles. You have your young quarterback moving forward. Now let's fill in the pieces. Let's spend some money in free agency and get the top best left guard, right guard.
So free agency. And I was thinking of that too, because of experience, but young.
And bring me in the hungry young men in the draft that want to. Because think about it. The New Orleans offense has room for a number 1 wide receiver, a number 1 running back, number 2 running back, a number 2 tight end, if you want to give all respect to Jawan, that's catching the ball now and making the tough catches.
Correct. Yeah. And then defensively, Chris, like I'm thinking about this Saints team and how you got young talent like Quincy Riley, you got Senka, who's doing an exceptional job. Stutzman. He's doing an excellent job. I mean, Brazil is still relatively young. I think Chase Young eventually gonna give us a little more. Defensively, when you start looking at, I mentioned the 2 4th-round picks we have, the 5th, even in the 3rd round. What position specifically you think we should target defensively?
I think we could probably use some more depth at cornerback for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I like Quincy Riley for sure. And, hey, shout out to Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's been playing better ball as of late, catching picks. Alontae Taylor catching picks. I just maybe like one more guy or two, even maybe like a safety too, that's going to make me feel secure about the secondary.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at in my mind. I want to get a safety in there to play next to Shanker. I understand Reed went down, and of course earlier in the year, Blackman went down, which he was only on a 1 or 2 year deal anyway. So safety would be something to address on defense, as well as defensive end. We could get a younger end get up in there. But what I want to do is I want to take this time because I know we go hard. We're very critical in New Orleans. I want to go hard. I think this draft class that Mickey Loomis was a part of, speaking volumes right now. If you look at each draft pick this year, that's given us quality time this year.
Yeah, and I think if Vernon from Texas don't get hurt,
right,
he would
he's
probably
in a rotation.
He's in a rotation. Well, y'all, this was a great show. I like what we said about the Saints in regards to the direction they're headed into the future. Hey, what if a Harold Perkins dropped to like second or third round and he's there? You could add something to your linebacking core. So it's just something you could talk about, but obviously, y'all will have to wait for free agency to roll back around to see how those things are going to roll, to see what veterans they're going to bring in. Well, look, y'all, this was a great show. I want to take this time to thank our production team, UP and the crew in there, Taylor Gang, Damian, everybody in there.
Damian CH.
An excellent job this show. Big ups to my co-host, CL NOLA and Lil Chris.
Y'all tell me happy birthday tomorrow.
Okay, happy birthday, Lil Chris, man. Coming up, happy birthday.
Anybody watching right now, tell me happy birthday.
Yep,
yeah,
so y'all drop the happy birthday comments down low for Lil Chris, man.
You know, sing happy birthday to you at the gym.
That's why he got the B2Ks in there. You know what I'm saying? He had to get the hair slicked up for the birthday.
Got the Pico.
Yep, so big shouts out to you.
You're welcome, brother.
21, 22, what you mean?
22.
Okay, 22.
With a bullet.
All right. Go ahead, get your little spin at the casino or something. Enjoy yourself. So big happy birthday to our co-host, Lil Chris here. And look, man, y'all check us out. Feel free if you want to become a patron to the show, if you want to become a sponsor on the show, you could DM me directly. I'll get you in contact with my sales team. Hit me up at BigFave504. Shouts out to our sponsors, Conquer Sports Pros. Big ups to Health Nut System. Get Gordon and get it done.
Get it done.
Big ups to the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys as well, y'all. Next week we'll be here same time, same place, 6:30 p.m. right here at the Loyola Studios. We'll be getting ready. This will be like a Christmas episode, right? This will be the show going into the Christmas break, and then we'll see y'all to talk a little New Year's with them, right?
Y'all gonna wear y'all ugly sweater or what?
I'm thinking about it. I'm at to see what.
Since we went CRB, we went Nino Brown them today.
Yeah, man. So
all black.
With everybody, we all black.
Just that Martin episode where Martin came out with
the fake dog. It kind of put me in that time. That's crazy. I ain't think about it like that. To just that we did come in this thing all black, baby. It represented. It was a shout-out weekend, baby. Who that nation, definitely. So big ups to them, man. And once again, our guests for coming on the show, JB of the Hash It Out Show, and as well as my man Xavier Rush. Be sure to check out his new book. You could go to his Instagram, don't_rush_it. Well, y'all, that's a night. Happy Monday. Y'all have a blessed week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all be sure to tune in next week, same time, same place, right here at Loyola, 6:30 p.m. on ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube. Y'all have a good one, baby. Hello, somebody. Peace out.
Inside the trenches.